Ryder's Range is down in the crafting studio of Friendly Fire, and you can find that on shopfriendlyfire.com. I'm here with magician extraordinaire Gordo, also known as my friend Gordy Shot, and a little bit about what Friendly Fire is. It's a maker of jewelry as well as pens for the firearms enthusiast, but also pens for the non-firearms enthusiast. I know I gave my son a stick shift pen, as well as the bolt action, lever action, and some other very fine firearms-related stuff. So tell me, Gordy, what got you started in doing firearms-related jewelry?
Believe it or not, this was an offshoot of the silver bullets. I did a ton of research when I was trying to learn how to do the silver bullets, and obviously it took me to a lot of sites where they had other jewelry for sale, and and the problem I noticed was all of this other jewelry was built like Pope. I mean, it seemed cheap to me. It was novelty jewelry, everything like earrings and stuff. The posts were glued on the back of them. And it just did not look like quality jewelry. And I'm like, well, that's such a shame. Again, my CDO/OCD, I'm like, this is a shame. I mean, they could really make good jewelry if they just put a little bit more effort into it. And when it comes to my beloved shooting sports, I figure it was worth the extra effort. So I started, trying to make some jewelry. And along with the silver bullets, once I figured out how to do it, I found out that there was a market for it, and people actually liked it and would buy it. So I've been doing that. The pens were another thing I noticed. That these came after the jewelry. This is the lever action pen. This is Harley's, actually. Most of my stuff, they sell it over at Ann Arbor Arms. They have a display over there. And this is Harley's pen, but it's kind of based on a lever action rifle. And so I make that one. I've got all different kinds, and you can look on the website too. There's different woods. This is a new one I'm working on here that's an over-under design. It's got a shotgun shell here, and then it's got a bullet, like a rifle bullet type thing for the pen body.
Is that some of the wood that you're getting from Kohler?
No, the Kohler line is not on any one of these pens. And again, I have kind of a low inventory here right now at the moment. A lot of it's at Ann Arbor Arms, and Kohler Arms makes some of the world's finest shotguns. They're Olympic competing shotguns. And I entered an arrangement with them where I'm going to be producing a Kohler pen, which will be this type of design with the shotgun shell on it, but it's going to be made out of black and white ebony and a very special wood. It's what is it? Harley, I can't think of the name of the wood right now. Turkish walnut. That's what it is, Turkish walnut, that they use on some of their stocks. And I've actually toured their factory, and the firearms they produce are absolutely beautiful. And they asked me if I'd make some special Kohler pens, and they sent me some of the wood that they use for the stocks on their high-end guns, and it is absolutely beautiful wood. I wish I had one here to show you, but it'll be engraved with the Kohler logo on it and stuff. So
it's probably good that you don't, because it might just disappear after I left today.
It could. Yeah, so that kind of thing. And the pens came later. Anything kind of gun related. And a lot of it was an offshoot of the silver bullets. It's taken me down a path where I see these other things, and I'm like, that'd be kind of neat to try. And the problem is I can't just leave well enough alone. If I see something, I've got to always try to improve upon it. And I just saw a lot of stuff just seemed, even the pens that I would see, because they're pre-made, the hardware kits I get, from a company, and the crafted part is getting them assembled. And, I would turn all the pens on a wood lathe and stuff, and I finish them. The stuff I was seeing online just really didn't look like, not all of it. I mean, there's some stuff out there that's absolutely beautiful, but I noticed a lot of it was just, it didn't seem like it was made the way I wanted it to. And even some of the hardware, you can't see it on the outside, but I've done some reinforcements on the mechanisms for retracting and stuff with the pen cartridge to beef it up. Everything I make, whether it's jewelry, pens, bullets, I want it to last. I don't want it to be a one and done. So when I do this stuff, I really do try to go the extra mile and make it the way I think it should be made.
And I'll add into that, I've got a couple of your pens. I've given a number of them as gifts, and way back in history, a century ago, the Ryder Pen Company actually made quality fountain pens, so I have an appreciation for fine writing instruments, and let me tell you, I'm really, really pleased with the products that are turned out by Friendly Fire and Gordy.
I'm glad to hear that. And I think, didn't we get you a fountain pen version of this one too?
I did, but I didn't bring that along today.
Yeah, Harley's got a fountain pen. The Kohler one, when it comes out, will also be offered in either a fountain pen or a rollerball design there. And
again, you've got one down there with a carbon fiber body that's a stick shift pen. For those who aren't into firearms, that's actually a 5-speed gear shift with a reverse.
Yeah, there's this is for the car nuts out there. It's a gear shift, and it's actually got all of the gears on it and everything, with your tires here, and for car enthusiasts, people really like this. The body that I use for these now is an actual carbon fiber body, a black carbon fiber body, which pairs very, very well with the silver, and it looks really cool. I'm not a huge car guy, but I started making these because when I made one for a buddy of mine, and then I found out that people really liked them, so I'm like, okay, I'll start making them.
You also make, I gave my sister one that was, she likes green because she likes Irish, and she also likes dragons, so a green-bodied pen with the dragon theme pen clip and accoutrements on it.
Yeah, exactly. And the funny thing is about my wife will kill me for saying this, but funny thing about that dragon pen, I got that kind of on a whim. I saw the hardware and I'm like, this would be kind of neat. I'd like to try it. And I showed it to my wife. I made it, came down here, and I pressed it together and everything. This is my studio for jewelry and pen crafting. And I took it upstairs, and my daughter, who just came home from school, and my wife were sitting at the table, and they literally both laughed at me when they saw it. And they're like, who's going to buy that ugly thing? Had it sold before the morning. So anyways, you never know what's going to be popular.
You make things other than pens too, and
yes.
And I think I've got a couple of your lapel pins. I've got a keychain. You also make a number of other things. You want to tell us what else Friendly Fire has?
Yeah, this is some stuff that I've got here. Like this is a pair of earrings that I just finished these up. And again, here's the things that I do that you really don't see. You can look for case head earrings online. You're going to go to Etsy, and you're going to find stuff that was like $10 or whatever, free shipping. I'll tell you right now, I can't make it for that because my stuff is made like a tank. First of all, little things. Those are Swarovski crystals in there. I'm not using little cheap pieces of glass. These things really do. They're beautiful. They catch the light. The case heads have all been treated with a jeweler's clear coat, so they won't start looking tarnished and things like that. If you look at pistol brass, these are real 9mm case heads that I've used. I cut them off very precisely on a metal lathe, and for the post earrings, I solder with silver solder the backs on. A lot of people use, I mentioned earlier, glues to stick on any kind of hardware they have, and glues will not last. Temperature changes, extremes like that. When these are soldered on, they ain't going nowhere. And with the tarnish or the clear coat, that'll really keep them looking good for a while. Everything that actually touches your skin, for the earrings in particular, is solid sterling silver, because I know I have a few sisters that have sensitive skin and they can't use base metal type posts for earrings and things like that. So that's solid stainless or sterling silver, and I solder on sterling silver little open rings there that I can put the lever back design on. I've got that. Here's a couple other ones. I've got them in all different shapes, sizes, colors. Here's a pair of post earrings, and again, you can see the sterling silver backs on them and everything.
You'll also make these in your choice of calibers too, right?
Yeah, I can do them in any choice of calibers, and also you have a choice between brass, or if you want the nickel-plated, which is popular with like self-defense ammo and stuff. You'll see the silver nickel-plated cases. And here's one that I was just working on this week, kind of for fun. And I don't know, Harley, the best way to show this to you, but this
Hold it
is
steady and I'll zoom in.
This is a triple tap necklace. And what I've done here is I've put a trifecta of calibers on here. We have a 44 Magnum up top, followed by a 45 ACP and a 9mm. And all of these case heads have been, precisely cut on a lathe. I've soldered them together with silver solder. It's solid. It's not going anywhere. The whole thing has been treated with, again, a jeweler's clear coat, so it'll stay looking good. Swarovski crystals on there, and all of this stuff too can be customized. I can put in any colors if your kid's birthstones or something like that. And that's one that I've just been working on. Here's a couple lapel pins that I've been working on here in 44 Magnum. Whoops, wrap that. And this is the desk that I do all of my stuff on. I'll tell you, since I work out of my home doing this, I kind of get relegated to small places, especially with 3 kids at home. I'm lucky I have this much space, but I've got everything I need here for soldering and all of the tools I need, and that's pretty much. This is a new design I should show you too. I don't know what people, this has not been out on the site or anything yet, but it is trying to branch out a little bit. Again, you got a 44 Magnum case head with a sterling silver ribbon around the top and a sterling silver border around the case head. And that's just another kind of one that I've been playing with. So, yeah, that's about it, Harley. I try to make it solid. I try to make it last. My stuff is a little bit more expensive, and that's why it's hard for me to sell it online, because I'm competing against stuff that looks the same. It looks like regular earrings, but it doesn't have it doesn't have the workmanship that went into it. I really try to make this like jewelry and not just costume jewelry that's going to be a one and done.
This is not something you're going to find at some of your chain stores, and I will say that like oats, there are 2 different qualities of oats. You can get fresh oats, and you're going to pay a little more for that, or you can get oats that have been through the horse once. This jewelry is like the freshest of fresh oats, and I will vouch for the quality. And again, this is a one-person operation here. I don't know if your wife gets involved in the mailing part of it, but I know that all of the craftsmen, all of the work and the craftsmanship is done right here by, again, Gordo the Magician.
Yes, yep, everything is done completely in-house. Done a lot of research on it and everything, and I turn it out as best I can. I always tell people, if you have any problem, it doesn't have to be within 30 days, if you have any problem with your stuff, send it back, I'll fix it for free. But I don't want stuff coming back to me, so I always try to make it right the first time.
And that's why Riders Range is down here in the crafting studio of Friendly Fire. And again, it's at shopfriendlyfire.com, and we aren't going to put anything on our website that we aren't going to vouch for. We've used the pens, we have the lapel pins and the keychains, and again, I wouldn't be talking about it here on Riders Range if I didn't believe that it was the best quality you're going to find.
And I appreciate that vote of confidence, Arlie. I certainly do, and thank you for featuring it on there.
Thank you for your time, and thank you all for visiting Riders Range and friendlyfire.com.
See you soon, guys.